A lot of people, when they try to spladle, they try to do like a switch
This position, it's whoever can get their hips higher.
and then look at brands behind the chair. Wrestlers are afraid to go to their hip here. Keep moving, you keep attacking, you're eventually going to get one. Oh, wow. Trying to shoot out of a throw block is almost impossible. So he does post, but his arm's still in there.
Right.
This is his go-to finish. Sent this to my club kids, and now it's a really fast, easy takedown.
Welcome to the Athletes Ocean podcast. I got Jason here. We got some breakdowns to get into. Jason had one that he had his eye on, so I put that one first. We're going to get right into it. You ready to rock?
Yeah. I'm trying to open up my little protein shake here, but I'm ready to
Jocko
go.
Molk. I got my
Jocko.
go.
Let's
I'm
go.
freaking hyped up. Also, I just got done drilling with Moose on the hybrid mats at the office that Reslite gave us. So huge shout out to Reslite, best mat company in the world. Super grateful for them. I'm getting my reps in on those. They are super helpful to have, like, just on hand. I can go and drill anytime I want, and I like the hybrid mats more and more every time I use them.
I need one at home because I'm learning all these new jujitsu techniques, and then I want to come home and drill them on Maddie. And now I can because she's not pregnant anymore. So she's about to be my designated practice partner at home every night.
Yeah. Once you're not
There's
pregnant, you can get heel hooked. I think that's the rule.
Well, I was heel hooking her when she wasn't pregnant, but now it's like, okay, I gotta go knee on belly. I gotta I gotta get my back control. I couldn't fit my legs around her before. Her belly was too big. Now uh Gary Tonen's been teaching in class, and he's been teaching a bunch of cool submissions. So I need to be working on them.
I'm jealous. I'm excited to be down in
He's one of
Austin.
the smoothest grapplers ever.
Dude, he's so good.
Yeah.
He's so good. I think about sometimes what he would be like as an actual wrestler. Because his scrambling and his just like grappling IQ is so high level. I think he'd do
Be
great.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let me share my screen. We'll get right into it. Josh Barr is tied with the Rutgers kid, 0-0 going into the third period, and pulls off a tech fall. Tell me your initial thoughts on this.
Well, I sent this to my club kids because I told them like some people can withstand pressure for a little bit, but as long as you keep wrestling and keep the pressure on the whole time, once that seal kind of breaks, then they basically give up. So he scored with what 144 left in the third. Um, it looks like he got a stall call and a takedown. Now most wrestlers would be content just stopping here, but he wants bonus points, especially with the 3-point takedown. You can get bonus points so easy. So now all he's doing is lowering his level and shooting. Right? He's just focusing. Oh, nice. What do
Nice.
I add here?
Here's a great ad.
Yeah.
So he's lowering his level
Awesome.
and shooting.
Yeah, he's lowered his level of shooting. He's hand fighting, but he's attacking a lot, right? He's not spending too much time in the hand fight. He is hand fighting a little bit, but his main goal is just to get to this guy's legs. Snap, pulling, snapping, lots of movement. And as soon as he scores, he's getting right back on his head, pushing his head down. Now, when this guy comes up, he's able to just keep scoring. This is ridiculous.
This
The
is the
amount
best
of
one. This is the best one. Boom.
yeah, yeah. The guy just doesn't want to be there. Gets out of bounds quickly right there, so that he can run back to the center and look for bonus.
Yeah.
And this is a guy that was he ranked 16th in the country, 18th in the country.
I think he All
In the
American.
country.
I don't know if it
Yeah,
was last year or 2 years ago, but yeah, he's a returning All American. He's good wrestler for sure. But I mean, Josh put the pace on, and then towards the end, it's just like he's got nothing left in the gas tank.
yeah.
And
I thought the
Josh,
match was over there. I thought it was over 19-4, but maybe they just delayed it, giving him a point. Oh yeah. So now, yeah, 22-6, 20 plus the riding time. Does he have riding time? I
uh,
think he has.
riding
So
time
20.
secured. Yeah, crazy. I
Yeah,
mean, within a minute, really. Like you said, you timed it a minute 40 is where the first points were scored, right? Or the first
yeah.
takedown at least, right? And within a
Did
minute,
it?
he has a tech fall.
So it was 0-0 going into the third. So
Yeah, so it
uh,
was an escape.
Josh Hart, oh, he escaped.
Yeah, he got out real quick.
Okay, so it was 1-0. They just delayed
Right.
putting it on there.
And yeah, and then it's just pressure, pace, all the good stuff, all the intangibles, all the stuff that you teach. Like you said, you're telling your club guys about this, but this is it in execution, and it's actually this working, right? This
He's
guy
being
got tired
aggressive.
and he just capitalized.
Like every time he goes out of bounds, he's kind of just like shoving him down, like making sure that he breaks him down flat, or and then he's beating him back to the center. He's running back to the center. He has a high pace. He has optional start. Now he's getting right on his head right now,
Cutting into,
circling
yeah.
out front and making sure that he's in his tie up whenever this guy stands up. Now this guy's just on retreat. Now, especially you can see every
No,
takedown. You need to get YouTube, bro.
I
YouTube.
do.
Every
TurboTax
takedown.
needs me to know that their services are available.
Yeah, that's not an ad. Every takedown gets much easier. So his
Mhm.
first takedown, he kind of had to work for. Second takedown, worked for a little bit of double leg. Third takedown, this guy's still fighting underneath the front headlock. But then after this, it's just the guy, just gives up basically.
And you're right. Like the
So
entire time he's got his hand like keeping his head down, cutting into his tie, immediately going to that arm, controlling the tricep, right? So all of this stuff is just like overwhelming for this guy who just can't get a break. He's like right now he's
yeah.
like, "Oh my goodness. At least I get a second where this guy isn't like pulling on my head and taking me down." So, great
Mhm.
stuff. A lot of fun to watch. Next we got Iowa, Ohio State. This was just such a clean attack. I wanted to get your thoughts on it.
It was
So
one of my favorite
basically,
attacks here.
stiff arm to the
Yep.
opposite side. Looks like he attacks the knee, explodes through, catches the guy a little flat-footed,
So what
capitalizes.
he's doing is he's gonna elbow post Gallagher's collar tie. Now he's going to start shooting, and Patty the baddie is taking his left leg back because Caliendo's shooting with his left arm. So it looks like he wants to shoot to that far leg. So as he
Like he's
takes that
shooting a
leg
high
back,
crotch, like a
yeah,
post
like he's
high
shooting
crotch,
high
right?
crouch or like a Jody single.
Hmm.
And as he takes that leg back, he's just catching that far leg, which is something that if you watch Mark Hall's matches, this was like one of his best attacks. And now it's a really fast, easy takedown because uh, Patty's leg was already back off the mat, his other leg. So now it's just a matter of just scooping that and does a good job following up into that double leg and scoring.
Heck yeah. Yeah, just beautiful attack. When you hit it explosively, and time it correctly. And like you said, you've got the defensive man thinking that you're doing one thing and you trick him and you hit the other side. It looks beautiful like that. So this is
Yeah.
an overtime sudden victory takedown. Basically the same attack, right? Only Gabe goes to,
He
the
did.
knee and
He
then
did.
drops down to the low ankle, but he doesn't get it, but it sets up this scramble.
Yeah, he did the elbow post, same setup too.
Hmm. Gets extended. And then this is maybe an example of what not to do. So
Yeah.
he tries to trip while he's in a front headlock. He tries to trip this leg
Especially the far leg, you shouldn't be doing that because you don't really have any control on that side of the body.
and
He
he
just
just flips
steps
into a
back.
hip.
Yeah. And now what's he try to he just slips off?
Hmm.
Yeah. Don't do that. Let's go back to why Gabe missed that attack in the first place.
Yeah, hang on.
So he's in the collar tie. So if you pause right here, you can see that Ryder has kind of an overhook or a over tie. You see, he takes his left thumb, puts it in there, a thumb block or a throw block. people call. So now trying to shoot out of a throw block is almost impossible. So he does post, but his arm's still in there. So he already has a down block there. You can see his arm already separates between Gabe's arm and his leg. And now, even though Gabe does get to his leg almost, he's just not able to really finish it. But Ryder needs to take his leg back even farther. But he almost gets it here, but he's able to kind of slip his knee outside to the mat.
Yeah,
And
I mean,
now,
if Gabe has this outside hand that attacks this knee, he probably gets it, but
yeah,
it's on the inside of the leg, so he doesn't have the
yeah,
quite the angle to finish it with just
kind of gets
strength.
into this figure four position. Yeah, now he's able to take his leg back. He does get that leg now, but when you can kind of flare that knee out like Ryder's doing on defense, you can kind of extend the scramble a little bit longer. And now switches off to a single leg, and Ryder's able to defend and clear out pretty easily.
Gets chest wrapped
But
and
yeah, like
doubles
he
Gabe's
kind of
head.
gave he kind of gave him the takedown, right? He doesn't have to force anything right now. There's 45 seconds left in overtime. This isn't a high percentage attempt. You might get this every once in a while. It looks like he wants to start reaching with his left arm or something, but he doesn't let go. I don't know. I don't really know what he's trying to do here, to be honest. Maybe just like a freestyle front headlock throw.
Yeah, I don't know.
Um, I know that Ryder is a pretty crazy wrestler, though.
He likes to
He
throw the kitchen sink.
Yeah, he likes going for it. So
Nice. We have another Iowa match. This is a good crotch lock position at heavyweight.
great fast high crotch.
Yeah.
Now
Scoops the
all
back
Ben's looking
leg.
to do here is get past Feldman's shoulder. So as soon as Feldman's shoulder goes from the inside of Ben's thigh to the outside, then he can kind of start sitting in the corner, and that's why you see Feldman start to roll here because he knows he's beat.
Right. And then Keeter ex he reacts to it well and kind of holds him in danger for a second, which makes him have to transition to this outside leg. Then at this position, it's whoever can get their hips higher. So Feldman's going to try and like knock Keeter over. Keeter's going to stand his ground, get higher hips, and that's how he wins the position.
Yeah, go back about 3 seconds, and then look at Brands behind the chair.
uh,
Funny.
that's
He's
good.
yeah. And
Yeah.
that's a good matchup right there. That's a good win for Ben Keeter.
Yeah. I just thought that was interesting. That's a position you see a lot of times, not necessarily at heavyweight always, but we see that a lot of times. Kids got to know what to do there. Hang on, this browser is not letting me switch to the next tab. There we go. So this is a great example of what to do if somebody two on ones you and you have a post on their head. This is just a good counter to that position. Times the reaction, gets in a shot,
Oh wow.
turns it into a low single off of the opponent's action.
Yeah, so Panero Johnson is doing a good job here of just posting and creating space. There's nothing uh that Carter Young can do here because he's so far away, and the only option he has to try to get to legs is to try to post that elbow. So as soon as he does, Panero is able to just lower his level and kind of attack that near leg.
Sorry, it's loading.
Right
So
into a kind of low situation.
he goes off, goes in for it, but he takes a half shot and he just drops down and there's no risk, right? He just drops to
That's a
his
knee drop.
his legs. Yep. And if it's there, it's there. If not, no risk. Pops in, gets the score. Good 2-on-1 counter wrestling. The thing that stuck out to me about this is just how many different attacks Hamity puts together here. It's like, yeah, you can have a great like move, right? You can have a great couple moves, but this is like six different moves all chained together, right? So off the top, he goes arm drag, gets knocked back, then beautiful shot,
Jody Single gets a
right?
leg in the air.
Goes through, dogfight position, seatbelt, arm drag to the other side, not finishing there. So then he ends up with this near arm far leg dump, shelf the leg, limp arm out, gets the takedown.
Yeah, it's just about like you're saying, chain wrestling, putting things together. You might not get your first attack. You might miss your first three attacks. Guys might scramble out, but again, it's kind of like we talked about with Josh Barr. Like you just keep the pressure on them, and you keep moving, you keep attacking. You're eventually going to get one.
Yeah.
Machine gun mindset.
Machine gun mindset. Bo Bassett, let's go. Yeah, and then it's just nonstop pressure. Like, I mean, let's actually count. One for that Jody single, two finishing from the seatbelt, or at least attack arm drag.
Drag to the leg. Three
Yeah,
flips his head.
near arm far leg, and then shelf
Drag.
limp arm. Yeah, it's just it's all chain wrestling, right? I mean, it's however many moves you want to call it, right? And then this dude's trying to sell me something. But
How much better has Dean Hamity got since wrestling for David?
he's pretty good. He's looking really good right now. Yeah.
But yeah, he's gotten a lot better in my opinion.
I think so too. Obviously he was dangerous at Wisconsin. He's always been a good wrestler, but yeah, I agree. I think that, you know, definitely some adjustments and some like attack style mindset. Like you would, if you watch that exchange from David, that'd be pretty on brand. That's the kind of thing that he would do is chain attacks together like that. This is just a beautiful scramble by Parker Keckeisen. So he gets in on this low single position, his opponent does. He jumps over to the other side and kicks through as he grabs his far ankle.
This isn't like, is this new?
Yeah,
Dakota Gear still wrestling? No, this isn't. This isn't. This is from a few years ago.
you're kidding me.
Look, it says
2022.
Parker Cook.
You're right.
Yeah,
You're right. My
I
bad.
was gonna say, watch it
Well,
though.
they just dueled Northern Iowa. I pulled the wrong video. My bad.
I was gonna say
So
Dakota Gear was like a few years ago. And Parker's ranked number two right now. But yeah, he gets the far ankle, slides off to the side. Notice how he's on his hip, but that's fine. A lot of wrestlers are afraid to go to their hip here. When I teach it at clinics, he falls to his hip so that he can get room for his right knee to come to his chest and start pushing on that shoulder.
yeah, just kicking this leg free.
And as he's kicking, he's trying to slide his left foot back to himself, and now he's clearing and finishing.
Beautiful. Well, little throwback.
Yeah, I don't think Dakota Gear's their guy now.
I was like, oh, there's definitely a good exchange in the Parker Keckheisen match. Let me just find that one. It's like not even the right year. 2 years ago.
Yeah,
Hilarious. Okay. Next one. Bo is really good at this. So this is just tabletopping the leg, and we're dealing with a little bit smaller screen here, because the way the broadcast was. But he immediately gets this super high up and up on his shoulder, right?
this is his go-to finish. Bo's short, so this is something I showed some of my club guys this. They love it, but yeah, he tries to lock his hands and then slide it above his opponent's knee whenever he can, and then pull their hips into him and go for the trip.
Yeah. And he's super
I
patient
remember,
with
I
the
think Coach
finish.
Cody.
He's
Yeah,
super
I think Coach Cody showed us this like 2 years ago, and then Bo is like the main guy that hits it now.
nice. Yeah, keeping the legs straight and being able to just pull down, right? And just kind of extend the leg, go against the knee, and then it makes it really easy to trip, right? And then being patient on the roll, right? Not falling when your opponent falls, but watching your opponent hit the mat so that you can adjust. As you can see here, he doesn't play into the roll and gets the 2 points or 3 points. That adjustment's messing me up, dude. Takedowns are worth 3 points.
Yeah, it's so easy. Wrestling's so easy now.
And then we got a great throwback here because we got the Penn State Iowa
This
duel.
was this year, wasn't it?
This is, yeah, Bo Nickel. This was this year.
Yeah.
So Sammy Brooks gets in on a shot. Bo
Bo was about
attacks
to
the
tear his knee.
opposite side. Yeah, he really does just
Look at
put his
this.
knee in danger there. That's crazy.
The ref's on the wrong side, though, so you can't. Maybe if the ref is on the right side, this pin never happens.
That's crazy. So attacks this near or this far leg, tries to put his knee towards his head, keeps his head trapped in his body here.
Look at pause it. Look at how Bo's reaching over top with his whizzer arm. A lot of people when they try to spladle, they try to do like a switch position, like into a high crotch. But Bo traps over top with his left arm so that if he does need to let go and post, he can still kind of control with his right arm. Where if you go switch position into like a high crotch, now you can't let go of the position if you start falling to your back. Now he comes underneath with his right arm.
Elbow to elbow grip. And he doesn't bring the leg in until he's already taking him over. The last thing to go in is the leg. Boom.
Then he gives like the yeah, there it is. Yeah. Speaking of I want to bring this up with the Gabe Arnold clip. Um you see Gabe Arnold called out Carter?
I did see that.
Say his head is mine.
Yeah, I think that listen, I don't want to talk crap on Gabe Arnold, but I think it's going to take a little bit more than your opponent making a bad decision in overtime and winning in sudden victory. I think it's going to take more than that to beat Carter.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. And then Carter kind of shot back and he said that he thought the other guy was wrestling Angelo Ferrari. So we'll see. I don't know who's going to wrestle in the match.
It's a pretty good comeback. I
Yeah.
thought the other wrestler at your weight class was going to wrestle me, actually.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll see we'll see how that match goes. I'm excited. I think Penn State's going to win 60-0.
60-0.
I got to do
That's a
whiteboard prediction.
Yeah, that's a good unbiased score right there.
Yeah.
60
Yep.
to 0, all bonus points.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, a couple other topics that Eric sent us over from the weekend rundown. Um, Cleveland State's program got cut. What are your thoughts on that?
It's sad. Sad. Johnny DeJulius is kind of going on a rant because Johnny DeJulius loves like all types of excitement and celebrations in wrestling, and he talks about like having controversy and making wrestling like marketable and stuff. And you
Hmm.
got to have like storylines, and he was like, "This is what happens whenever you don't want to have all these storylines and these celebrations. Programs get cut. That's why we're talking about it." So hopefully it gets overturned. I don't really
Yeah,
know if that's
it's um it's tough too because you think like okay with Title IX, and the addition of women's wrestling, maybe this happens a little bit less. But yeah, especially in Ohio, which is a hotbed in wrestling, I'd want Cleveland State to keep their program. On top of that, they've got pretty famous alumni. I don't know if you know this, but Stipe Miocic wrestled there.
really.
Yeah.
I
So
didn't even know Dave Miocic wrestled.
yeah. Yeah,
Pretty
sprawl
wild.
and brawl. Get really good at boxing and have good takedown defense. And
Yeah,
then take down Francis when you need to.
yeah. Maybe he'll sign a petition or something.
Yeah, I don't know
Uh,
what that's going to look like. So, little preview of the Iowa Penn State duel. We have Joey Cruz ranked number 39 right now versus number 12 ranked Luke Lilladall. How do you see that going?
I just saw Joey Cruz. I just saw Joey Cruz on an Instagram video. Have you seen that guy? I think his name is Giorgio or something, and he does like take me down, win $1,000.
Yeah.
Joey Cruz like did it, and he was acting like he didn't know how to wrestle. And Giorgio's uh, was a lot bigger,
Hmm.
so he still got to take down, but like he had to work for it a little bit. But he's like, "Yeah, I'm Joey Cruz. I'm the starting wrestler, 125 pounder for Iowa." Um, I think Luke Lilladell here is a little too fast and
Like
has a
the
little
others.
bit higher quality wins and everything. Has a little bit more experience maybe up to this point. So I'm gonna give it to Luke by pin. No, I'm just
Sounds good.
kidding. No,
Drake
I think
Ayala,
that
ranked number two. Braden Davis, ranked number 14.
oh, isn't Drake? I thought Drake was ranked number one.
It says two
Is he
here.
ranked number two?
Depends on
Um,
maybe what ranking you're looking at, but yeah, this one says
yeah.
two.
Yeah, this is a good match. Braden, I think, should be ranked a little higher than 14th, but rankings don't really matter. But I think Braden and Drake they wrestled a couple times last year. It was always like I think Drake beat him um, in the Big Ten duel, and then I don't think they wrestled at the Big Ten championships. So I think this is a toss-up match. It could really go either way, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be a fun one for sure. Bo Bartlett, Jace Rhodes.
Gotta give Bo the match here. It's my prediction.
I hear ya. Kyle Parko, number two. Shane Van Ness, currently ranked five. Obviously he had that match they lost to Lovett, but I mean this is a matchup of two title contenders for sure.
Yeah, yeah, this one's gonna be a fun one. I think that Shane is really solid at hand fighting, and Kyle Parker is obviously really explosive. So I think that this is going to be a really this is probably the matchup I'm looking forward to the most. I think it's going to be fun.
The next one, that if it's not that one, for me it's the next matchup, which is Tyler
Pace,
Kasak,
yeah,
Ja'Cory Teamer. Teamer's coming off of an injury, just getting back into the lineup, and Kasak has obviously bumping up a weight class this year, but he looks lights out, and just been dominating everybody this year. So this is gonna be a fun one.
yeah, yeah. I mean, they're both really good. I think this the Penn State Iowa matchup is this is going to be like every match, not maybe not every match, but most of the matches are going to be pretty competitive. Um, So it'll be a good duel to see how Iowa could do against Penn State. I think Penn State's 20-point favorites. So, but like each match individually could be like pretty close. I
Yeah,
think that this is like a match that Iowa would need to win. They would need to try to win 33, 49, 45 or 57,
57.
not yeah. Um and maybe try to sneak one out of 25. But um, once
Yeah.
once Penn State gets into the upper weights, it starts becoming more lopsided, in my opinion.
Yeah, and the next one's Messenbrink versus Caliendo, right? So number one, number two, and this is like you're saying, this is kind of the story of the number one and number two teams in the country, and there's a lot of matchups where it's like I wouldn't be surprised if Kasak and Teamer is the national finals. I wouldn't be surprised if Shane Van Ness, Kyle Parko is the national finals, and the same thing with this one is like obviously number one, number two. They met in the semifinals last year. Mitchell won that one, I think by major. And Mitchell's tech fauled everyone this year. So this is going to
Yeah,
be an
Mitchell has
interesting
kind of
matchup.
had Caliendo's number. Like even at the duel, they wrestled, and Caliendo got a late takedown to I think take away the bonus points. But Mitchell usually just is able to score as much as he wants in this matchup. So we'll see if Caliendo has made any adjustments um, recently to be able
Levi
to. And then
Haynes,
it's yeah, Levi.
Levi Haynes, and Patrick Kennedy.
Oh, this will be a
Number
good one too.
two, number five.
Yeah, Patrick Kennedy is tough. I think he was beating Marinelli a couple years ago, like in the wrestle offs or something. Um, but he's a solid wrestler. And I thought I saw that Patrick Kennedy left Iowa. Is that a rumor?
I don't know.
I thought I
This
saw something that he's leaving.
I'm going off of WrestleStat. I'm not primed to the wrestling
Maybe
gossip.
maybe I was dreaming about that. I don't know. But yeah, I think Kennedy's obviously a really good wrestler, and Levi's Levi. So I think that the only thing with Levi is Levi just keeps moving forward the whole time, and is so good at hand fighting, and he's so strong.
Hmm.
I could see Patrick Kennedy kind of slowing Levi down a little bit, but I don't know what attacks that Kennedy would have for Levi. But we'll see. I think
Yeah.
that'll be another good matchup.
Levi's really great on top. He's showing that this year. That's the one thing that is sticking out to me more than anything is just like his top wrestling and how dominant he's been when the match hits the mat. Um, Next, Gabe Arnold, Carter Starachi. We already talked about this one a little bit. Um, I the way that I see it is that Carter is going to get Gabe tired, and then I think it's going to be a couple takedowns for Carter once that happens.
Yeah, I mean, Gabe Arnold is a good wrestler. He has solid defense. He seems like he's hard to score on. I think that Carter, if he wants to score a lot of points, then he's going to have to kind of go out of his comfort zone and take some extra risks. Which for him, like the risks are so limited because even if he like gets out of position and misses a shot, it's not like he's going to get spun behind or anything. Um, this is like uh, but sometimes like Carter stays in such perfect position all the time. Um, it's harder to score when you're in perfect position. Sometimes you kind of gotta extend yourself or get out of position and kind of take some risks to be able to like get your hands locked on the leg and finalize a score. So I think obviously Carter's gonna win this match. Um, there's nothing really. I think that if Gabe Arnold goes down, I think Carter will, if he wants to ride him out, he could ride him out. Um, he's going to get out from bottom really easy. And then it's all about like, I'm sure that Gabe is going to want to keep the match close on the feet. So Carter's going to just need to take some calculated risks. And if he wants to score some more points,
Yeah, I mean, one thing that stuck out to me about Carter this year is that he'll get to a leg and he'll just technically advance, but very slowly, right? And so like he doesn't, like you said, he doesn't like lose position. He's just like once he gets on the leg, he's technically advancing to shelf. He's technically advancing to his next position, and his opponent just can't really do much about it. And he just slowly advances to get the score.
yeah, the best wrestlers when they get their hands locked on the leg, like they're scoring. Like if you look at Carter against Parker Keckeisen uh, in the
All Star.
All-Star match, like it was overtime. He was way extended on the leg, and he just had his hands locked, and he was able to just to finish. So I think that's really like for me when I'm wrestling, I'm thinking, okay, I need to get my hands locked on the leg, and then I'm good.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. Um, Stephen Buchanan, Josh Barr, both undefeated. This is going to be fun.
This is also going to be one of my top picks for matches because um, Stephen Buchanan's ranked number one, and Josh is what number four.
Yeah, around
So
there.
uh, Josh has been looking great. I think that the longer the match goes on, the better he is. So he's improving very quickly. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, it is. Especially because, he thought he was gonna come in go 84. He's obviously wrestling up at 97, but he doesn't look small. He doesn't look undersized. He's got a great gas tank, and as we saw earlier on, the in the breakdown, and yeah, that's gonna be a fun matchup. Next one and the last matchup is Ben Keeter and Greg Kirkfleet.
Oh, wow. Yeah, this could be I was surprised that Greg didn't beat that Rutgers kid more by more points. I want to see Greg just take some more risks. Take some more shots. Again, he's not gonna like My mindset is like when we shoot, we're not going to get spun behind, so why not shoot a ton? Like if you get really good at not getting spun behind, then why wouldn't you keep shooting? Because all you got to do is get your hands locked. And some guys they're really hard to finish on, but for the most part, like you get your hands locked and you're going to score. So um, I think that Greg is really big and strong, and I think that he's probably favored in this matchup.
Nice. That's it. That's all I got for our breakdown. Anything else you want to tell the people about?
I got a couple other things I want to talk about. We could talk about it next week.
Well, thanks for tuning in. Like, subscribe, and follow us for more.
So long.